Hi, Aries. This is Just with your February 1st to the 15th, 2018 tarot reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So, Aries, or should I call you the finesser? It looks like some of you have finessed the situation and the pendulum swung in your direction, right? I do see that some of you have recently gotten a promotion, graduation. If you're about to graduate or you're looking to graduate this coming June, you really want to be on the ball, know exactly where you want to go, start reaching out, making those connections now, because if you do, once you leave from college, wherever you're graduating from, success can be yours immediately following. But you want to start to do the footwork now. Others of you that's involved in school, you're leaving now, or you've done the footwork, you're in a job, you've been eyeing a particular job or opportunity, success will be yours. So congratulations. It looked like, again, some of you guys manifested exactly what you wanted and you got the results. Your business plan, great business plan for some of you that is doing your own, is running your own business. And I feel that you guys right now are feeling very successful. You may have to step away from one situation. So there could have been some form of risk that was involved, but the risk brought the reward. So it was very necessary at this time. I do see some worry. Okay. There was some worry. You may not have known that how it was going to work out, if it would work out. It may have been a sacrificial lamb sort of thing where someone had to be sacrificed. It wasn't you, however. You could have been taking someone's slot. So someone was let go, asked to leave, or decided to leave, and right place, preparedness and opportunity met, reward, basically. So congratulations for those of you that can relate to this. I feel like if there's any hangups that any of you are going through, any anxieties that you're going through, if you've had to leave a job or were recently let go, and you're feeling a bit frustrated about the situation, let that go. Let it go. It was in your best. It was in your highest good. Again, Uranus is still in the sign of Aries in its latter degrees. And what I've recently started to realize is that the higher the degree, the more potent the energy becomes, almost like it revs up to give its last dose. And so for those of you, again, things came out of the blue for you. Again, it was meant to be, but it doesn't seem like it was a complete out of the blue, like a tarot card, because I don't have that. It was more of like a knowing, but again, it had to happen. Now, this may be an opportunity for you to start your own business, ladies and men. So if you're in this gray period, as far as like needing to make yet another change, again, you may be very successful in starting your own business. As it relates to finances for some of you guys in this first 2 weeks of February, I feel like some of you could be really focused on building your capital for a specific time. Some of you may be building your capital because you're planning to leave the country where you live for your birthday time for the first time. There's some form of a first experience or trying to reach a optimum goal, and you're almost there. So it's like you're pushing the pedal to the metal. You're staying really focused. And then at a specific time, I'm getting around April, could be March or April, is when whatever money you've been saving, okay, bam, I'm going to, I'm saving it for that. So now I'm going to drop the money on this. I'm going to spend my money on that. So I do see like there being focus, hard work, determination, all adding up and leading up to a specific point of success. Okay. And again, it could be career. I see a move. I see relocation, a trip of some kind, but I'm feeling the trip is cross borders trip. It's an extended trip, something that you're going to be there for a while. It costs a good amount of money. I'm getting $3,000, $4,000, in that range. I'm getting about $4,000 or more. I feel like in the second week, a lot of you guys are going to be feeling a little bit of a toss-up. If you're looking for work, that sort of thing, an opportunity comes your way. You may have a couple. It may be more than one opportunity that comes your way. This particular company that you guys will be aligning yourselves with will be a good one for you. You will find success here. You will find happiness here. Okay. Some of you may find a mate at your job, and we'll get into love in a minute, but some of you may even have found found a mate at the workplace if you have an existing job and there's been some shifts and changes and moves. So I do see that there is this weighing your options, having a couple of options and weighing them. I feel like there may be a particular situation at the workplace that I do want to caution you guys with. Now, this is male and female energy specific. So Aries men at the workplace, you may be dealing with a woman that is a force to be reckoned with. You may be dealing with two women that are a force to be reckoned with. One is your equal. So it could be, if you are a manager, you may have a peer that is a manager as well. It doesn't have to be a teammate. She could work in another area of the company, but she also has the same level of rank as you do. And then there could be a subordinate that is also a female, but she's a subordinate under you. And there may be some issues there. It may be issues between the two of them. It may be an issue with that subordinate, and you possibly are looking to get some advice from your peer as to how do you handle it. But I do see that there's some issues as far as control, power struggles at the workplace with a peer and with a manager. Okay. This can also be in reference to Aries women. All right. If you work a job, you may feel like your manager or your boss, the executive of some sort, is a bit too demanding. You may feel like this person puts you in a place where you feel less than, as if you're not being appreciated. You also may feel a bit stuck in this environment. You too have an opportunity to evolve and get away from this. It's going to take for you to go out on faith. It is nerve-wracking. You are fearful, but I feel like if you start to put the pedal to the metal, as I've explained earlier, you'll find that people will be more than willing to help you. Okay. And you too can come into a better place to work. All right. And that's what you kind of can't get away from. So I feel Aries women are the ones that are feeling trapped, that are feeling bound, and Aries men are the ones that are on power, have the authority, have the logic and the control. And maybe there is someone at your workplace that could be, again, pointing fingers at you. You know, this could be like in a lesser way, not in a obviously flashing lights way, but it's like a Me Too situation. So some of you could be caught in a Me Too situation where someone is kind of pointing a finger at you that you've done something wrong to them. So be very careful with that, because I do feel like if someone does kind of like blame you for something, you'll be completely confused. Like, what the hell? I didn't do what? I didn't what? So it's that sort of thing. So there is a cautionary tale here. Either way, I feel like you guys are going to come on top if you are an Aries man. If you're an Aries woman, I feel like it'll be more you having to, either you're feeling that way, for only for those of you that can relate to this. Not everyone will relate to this, but for those of you that can, you may feel the one that is having to be silenced, and you feel that, that heavy energy. Or it could be on the other flip side, that you may find that your husband, your significant other, is coming and sharing with you that he's going through these problems at work. So it could be some issues with, as I explained, an employee, coworker, that sort of thing. So you may be just hearing about it. Okay. Now let's get into love. So love is looking pretty Aries. For the first 2 weeks of February, it looks like if you were in a place where you were about to break up, there were some issues in the past. Looks like you guys, again, finessed the situation in your direction, and you had a favorable outcome. But I feel like, if someone wanted to kind of walk away, leave you, I feel like you deterred them from that. And so things are on the men at this time. However, again, there is this difference in energy. It's very distinct. Aries men, if you're in a relationship, I feel like you're not really paying attention to the needs of this woman. Okay. She needs the emotional, she needs some change. She needs you to really understand her emotional plight. I get the moon, so she's very emotional. She could be extremely feminine woman, right? And so she really needs, and she's been wanting this for months now, or years now, but you're too busy working, you're in a height of your career and your position, or you could just be a very egotistical, self-focused person, but you're not attuned to her emotional needs. And I feel like every time, it's like you may think you're doing what she wants, and then you're missing the mark completely. All right. So you're completely confused. Does she want gifts? No, she doesn't want anything physical. Does she want to get taken someplace? No. You know, she need me to fly her in. Her mother, like, she wants you. She wants you, your time, and not just skin to skin contact, but she really wants you to be present, available, and she wants consistency too. But there always seems to be something else that kind of needs to take your attention away from her, right? So there's that. Now, some of you could be dealing with, and it could be also an issue with a pregnancy. Someone may want to get pregnant and you really are not here. You're not wanting a pregnancy. So there's that, disagreement. I do see it's not creating a fight, but there is energy here that I feel like you're not connecting with. You're being very bullish right now. You're being very stubborn because you believe how you believe. And again, it's almost as if there's just that complete disconnect. But I just want you to be aware that she is still very much feeling her feelings, okay? And although I do see that this is an absolute connection between the two of you, like your mate, there's no denying that. I feel that there is, this relationship can turn into something that could be quite toxic down the line if this is continued to be ignored. So you need to address it, but more than addressing it, because I feel like it's been addressed. I feel more than addressing it, you need to understand her needs and be willing to compromise, simply. So you've kind of have to get out of your own way, bring your ego down a little bit, and understand that a partnership is just that, two people. We do know that you guys stand on this earth alone, but sometimes you have to share it with another person, and in sharing it means that you have to forego some of the things that you would want ideally. I do, however, feel like there's going to be, there may be some worry, and I feel like the worry possibly is coming from her, but there will be moments of reprieve and coming together and, intimacy and that sort of thing. And I feel like in a second week, there can be either one or two things. Some of you guys are experiencing, you will find out that there's going to be a baby on the way. There is a baby on the way, and she's about 3 months out. So she's in her third trimester, and the baby will be coming either the next week. So congratulations. There are Aries people out there who, one, you should know that you have a baby on the way. Two, you will be finding out that you have a baby on the way. Or you'll be finding out you're going to become a parent, out of this night of intimacy will create a baby. So if you are not paired with the right person that you will want to have a long lasting connection with, be very cognizant, because I see baby all throughout your spread. So someone's definitely getting pregnant, or someone's definitely having a baby. Someone could be having a baby outside of a marriage, so be very careful with that. If there's any type of cheating going on, you really want to be conscious, because again, I see that this thing could really create all kind of problems in a relationship, especially, I see a person being a bit younger versus an older person. So just be very careful, because pregnancy is all throughout the spread. I do see that there may be a wanting to get married. Again, someone wants to get married, someone wants to get pregnant, the other person's not on board with it, or they're weighing the options. Do I want to do it? Do I want to not? Some of you are going to let go of this stubbornness and just, say, hey, we're going to do this, Uranus will be leaving your sign at some point. I think it's May or June, but they say it goes into 2019. It'll still be sifting through. So again, you might be more aligned to want to commit a little bit more, because I do see things becoming a little bit more traditional. Singles, if you're single, be careful. Someone could get pregnant, so don't just go out willy-nilly having unprotected sex. Even if it's protected, something can happen. I mean, when you have the moon looking down at you and looking at you, and it's eclipse, and it's something about the eclipse. Eclipses are going to bring babies for Aries people, so be very careful. I mean, you guys, Aries, makes sense, right? You have Cancer, the ruling planet of the moon, in your fourth house, which is about creation, the eclipse. So yes, babies will be on par for you guys. Just be careful. If you're single, you don't want to have a baby. Be careful if you are married and you're thinking that you're trying to do something really quickly and entertain someone. It may be something that you can't get away from, so be careful. So that's what I kind of have for you guys. I'm trying to look and see if there's anything else going on here for those of you. I didn't address the Aries women. Aries women in a relationship situation, I feel it's the same thing I said about Aries men, and how they're not necessarily making the woman in their lives emotional needs a priority, or whatever her needs are, but I feel like it's more emotional. A lot of Aries women may be able to relate to this absolute same thing. You may want a baby and there's a problem there, or he's not necessarily coming, pulling his weight when it comes to taking care of the responsibility with the child. There may be some issues with, really committing as far as marriage, moving in together, that sort of thing. You may feel like the relationship is more built upon sex than it is something more concrete. You may start to feel like you're tied to him and he has so much control and authority over you, and you may start to feel like you're being enslaved to a sense. And I feel that you have to go within. You have to go deep within and ask yourself, what do you want? And, be willing to, make that manifest for yourself, because I feel the man in your life may be a bit confused. He may not know, for some of you, he may not know how to connect with you on an emotional level. He may just only know how to connect with you on a, this is my role, this is your role, you play it, and what else is there to do? So there may be that, you know what I mean? I don't necessarily see breakups here. I don't see breakups the first 2 weeks of this month. I see people kind of contemplating, is this really what I want? How much longer can I take this? That sort of thing. But I do not see breakups happening. As far as working on something, I feel like whoever was working really hard toward their relationship and putting in the effort, I feel like that's kind of gone by the wayside. So people's not putting in as much effort as they once did. So I feel two people are existing, but there is definitely a complete contrast as far as what each other find to be necessary in a relationship. What defines a relationship for each person? It's completely different from one another. So that's what I have for you. And again, singles, you may find that this is a bit of who you're calling into you as well. People that are very much authoritative. There may be some power struggles. There may be that oops baby situation, and you may find that some people are not exactly who they say that they are, flip-flopping. So just take your time. So that's what I have for you guys for the first 2 weeks of February. I hope that this has been helpful for you. I can't stress enough, watch out for those babies. If any of you are pregnant and soon to be having a baby and you like to share, please do so in the comment section below. I would love to give you a congratulations personally. And if you don't, congratulations on your new baby. I love little babies. It's always nice to, be able to smell them for the first few months, right? They smell so good. I just love them. So congratulations to anyone that is happy to be pregnant and about to have a baby. And if you would like to share anything else, please do so in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can find my information at the beginning and into this video, and subscribe for the new viewers out there, because I will be back very soon, hopefully with my flawless outro and another one. Take care, guys.